whoever hears it can only just imagine what one feels when you sit in your house and you get those messages from the people that are from your family, and you feel you don't have any power in you. You feel helpless, powerless. You know that your family is being murdered in those moments. You know it, and you can't do anything to rescue them.
Thank you for being here with us today. It is really important for us to hear all your stories. And if we can start by you telling me about Itay.
Yes. So Itay, he's 38 years old. He lives in Tel Aviv, but was born and raised in Kibbutz Be'eri. Our mothers are sisters. I'm Itay's cousin, and they both born and raised there as well. Our grandparents established that kibbutz, where literally the people that came with came and built this place with their own hand, in their own hands. Itai is a man of peace, of love, of people. He loves to talk about life for hours. He could go on and on. Um, he's a really calm and modest man. Um, he works as a mental coach, so his work is to help people to fulfill their destiny or to, just have a better life. He has a really special connection with kids and elderly. He has three nephews that are really waiting for him. He's like really, really, really close to him, to them. Uh, he has also like a really special connection with elderly people, especially our grandmother, of course. Our grandmother was rescued from the kibbutz. She's 97 years old. She lost her home, the place she built, the place she lived in for 77 years. She lost also her daughter, Itai's mother. Itai's parents, both of them were murdered at the attack. And she also lost her best friend, her caregiver, Gracie, a Filipino citizen, not Jewish or Israeli at all, that came to Israel to make money to earn a new life for her and her 15 years old son. She was murdered during the attack as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about what happened on October 7th? Did you manage to speak with Itay? What were the last things that you heard about him?
So, we woke up at the morning from the sound of sirens in Tel Aviv, which is not so usual here. But we didn't take it really seriously because we didn't understand what's going on, of course. But obviously, we had to check with our family in the kibbutz. Um, they are very used to it, to wake up from sirens. So they told us that they are in the shelter. Ori, Titai's mother, was with him in the shelter. They were together, and she sent us, please pray for us. We asked them to keep sending us messages every few minutes, so we know they are fine. They told us they hear bombings and shootings in the street, that they hear terrorists shouting and yelling. They told us they don't have any electricity, so they don't know what's going on around them. They asked us what the news said. like what's on the news. At 10:14, Itay's father, Rafi, was in another house. He wrote to us that there are people that the terrorists got in. They're inside the house. Please call for help. And that is the last message we got from him. A few minutes later, Orit told us she hears them in the neighbor's house. We tried to call for help, but it was so much of a chaos during those moments, and the whole neighborhood was surrounded by terrorists, and it was very hard for the military to get into that specific neighborhood in the kibbutz. At 10:48, Orit sent us a red heart emoji, and that is the last message we got from her. Orit and Rafi were both murdered, as I said. They were identified after 10 days. And Itay, we got like a, official announcement from the army at the same date, after 10 days, that he's been kidnapped. We know that his phone was located in Gaza, and they didn't find a body near his mother. And we obviously reported that they were together in the room. And that is what we know for 51 days now.
You're all waiting for Itay to come back. Now, as you have seen, there are prisoners, hostages being released now by Hamas. So although Itay is a man and not a kid or a woman, which are the people that are being released, how does these releases make you feel?
Of course, it's very exciting for me to hear and to see those releases. I've learned and I've met those families, and they became mine during this time. And there are some people that I really got familiar with and connected with for the past month and a half, or I'm not sure, even more, for the past 50 days now. So it is very exciting, and it gives me hope. It also scares me a little bit, not a little bit, it scares me, because I know there is some excitement about the releases, but we must remember that we are only talking about 50 people out of 240. It's less than a quarter of people that will be released in this deal. And there are so many people that are still there. We must remember this is only the first deal. And this fight is not close to be finished, to be done. And it scares me a little bit that the world will forget it, because it's very thrilling and exciting, and makes people happy to see kids and women coming back to their home, to their house, to their families. But Itay also have a family that waits for him, and he's not going to be back in the next 4 days. So we need to keep on fighting for him and everyone that are still there.
Is there something else that you would like to say to the people that are watching us right now?
I want to say that first of all, I'm so thankful for this opportunity to speak out, and for you to hear my voice, which is only a representation of Itay's voice. And I want to ask you to help us to communicate this fight, because we cannot do it alone. We need the people, the public help, to make sure this topic will remain in the in everyone on everyone's mind. And we I know that October 7th seems like a really long time ago, and so much have happened since then. But I am living this nightmare every single day.
Thank you so much, really. And I hope that Itay comes back home really soon.